So broadly speaking, the comms system on the 605 is very similar to the 604. The main difference is how we tune the radios. So the RTUs have been removed and we can now tune the radio using the FMS CDU or through a tuning window on the MFD screens. The VHF transceivers are in the forward avionics part of the avionics bay. Number 1 is on the left-hand side, number 2 is on the right-hand side. If you've got service bulletin 23001, you'll have number 3, that's installed on the left-hand side just beside number 1. If you've got service bulletin 002, which is with an enhanced radio, then you've got a communication management unit plus an external compensation unit. They're installed in the forward underfloor avionics bay as well. That allows some extra capabilities in terms of data transmission. Each transceiver has a modular construction made up of a central frame and 5 assemblies. The assemblies are the receiver, synthesizer and control modulator, the power supply, the transmitter, and an interface. The synthesizer and control module assembly include a frequency synthesizer plus a microprocessor. All the signals that are applied in and out of the transceiver go through the interface assembly. The VHF antennas are omnidirectional blade type antennas and they're interchangeable with each other, and they're set to a 52 watt impedance. Number 1 VHF antenna is on the top of the fuselage at station 356.5. Number 2 is directly underneath on the bottom of the fuselage at the same station. And number 3 antenna is on the top of the fuselage a bit further back from the number 1 at station 549.29. To tune the radios through the CDU, there's a tuning button on the CDU's keypad. If you push the tuning button, it brings up the tuning pages for all the radios, where it will display a recall or preset frequency line for each radio with a line select key to select it. COM3 frequencies are displayed on the second page, so you have to spill over to the second page to get access to the COM3 radio. And you enter the frequency using the keypad, which goes into the scratch pad. So the scratch pad is the bottom line on the display of the CDU. And then, in fact, whatever you type on the CDU will go into the scratch pad initially. And then you use a line select key to select where you want that typed information to be entered into. If the frequency is not correct, it won't enter into there. Or if you type in something that's invalid, if you type in a frequency is not valid, it just simply won't enter, and you'll get an invalid frequency or invalid channel message display on the scratch pad for about a second. So each radio has got a control page which you can access using the appropriate COM line select key. And this allows you to make certain settings, store frequencies into memory locations, and you can store up to 20 frequencies in the memories. You can turn on and off the squelch circuit, and you can also initiate a test. COMS3 control is on the second page of the control menus. And COM3 is used for predominantly data transmission. So again, you can still select the squelch on and off, you can still test it, but there's also a voice stroke data selection as well that you can make. And once again, you've got preset frequencies as well, up to 20 that you can set. The other way of tuning the radios is through the MFD tuning windows. So in this time you're using the cursor control panel to change things around, but you've got all the functionality that you had with the CDU. You've still got a control page, so you can still test it, turn on and off the squelch circuit, etc. Yeah, actually you can see on here that you can change the frequency spacing from 8.33 to 25. You can do that on the CDU as well. So all the controls are the same that you have on the CDU. It's just that you're using now the cursor control panel, and the information comes up on the top of the MFDs. The other difference we have on the 605 is that we've got a remote electronics unit which replaces the AECU, that's the audio electronic control unit, on the 604. It's in the right hand side of the forward avionics compartment, and this REU really is doing the same job as the AECU was doing before. They just called it a different name for whatever reason. So this is the integrating unit of the intercom subsystem. All the audio inputs and all the audio outputs are located in this unit, with the controls for these various audios provided by the audio control panels, and the audio control panels haven't really changed on the 605. The audio signals don't go to the ACPs, as you can see from the picture. All the inputs from the Copilot headsets and microphones and the outputs to the speakers, etc., are all routed through the REU.